about upskilling himself, as most coaches do. Over to you, referee Nonjabulo Ndlela, and the cast of 22 players. The script has written itself. Chiefs coming into this one 7 positions lower than the opposition. Orlando Pirates has had them in their rearview mirror with their tongues out, saying, catch us if you can. Lucky Slaga Malaga with expert analysis. Mr. Sugar, some of those sweet moments. Luvum Lobeli, Kutlo Shapagama. We do Manapotanegamo Tsamayo, hashtag Sivuta Manje. Already the first collision of the game, less than 2 minutes. It's Simpiwe Masilela. Welcome to the Derby, Simpiwe.
No, you know, just an unfortunate accident, a freak accident where a shot was taken by Janssen and he blocked it with his ankle, just landed awkward with that right ankle. You know, Teba, when the ball hits you and your leg is lingering in the air, it can actually twist your ankle a little bit. He's going to step on it and feel if he's playable. But because now he's warmed up, he's a bit warm, he will continue with the game. We'll see half-time how he goes.
Silela, a key midfield cog alongside Oscar Keke. Question for you, Slaga. You played lots of football in plenty stadia, environments. How do you warm up with the pitch and inclement weather as it goes out for the game's first goal kick?
It's the same warm-up as prepared before. It's just that the difference will be in the playing of the boots. You know, you have to change it from the rubber studs to a multi-stud where you've got a little bit of steel and a little bit of rubber so that you don't slip and fall in the pitch. And also, with the passing of the ball, you have to be accurate. Just put enough power for your teammate to receive it well.
And the talented Kabelong Kheswa going from left back. The most improved players we saw last season. Kheswa. I mean, it's easy to look at Chiefs and you say, oh, they're stuttering, they're not in full form, in 8th, they are the defending champions. But there's several factors to take in. One, no team has ever defended the DDC title for a reason. It's called the DSTV Diski Challenge, and indeed it is a challenge. Secondly, almost the heart and soul of the team has been ripped out with several players, with Fabi mentioning some going to Botswana. You've got a former goalkeeper as well out in Milford, Dani Nkosi, sold to TX Galaxy, and he was the man who was leading the side to glory, and he was the glue that kept it together. He's not even going on the UK tour now.
Don't forget the other elements of the reasons why they perform stop-start is because of some guys are at matric, so they're writing the exams, Temba. That's why they miss him from the team. That's why you see the likes of Hlongwane on the bench, because he was busy writing with his final exams, so he didn't train much with the team.
"17 years young, man who arrived back in 2022, that being Stephen Mendes, his first Soweto Derby. It's him and Ngungunyani at it.
And you know, the thing I love about Mendes, you know, 17 years old, but look how he can use his body. Even scored a goal against Polokwane City in the last week, 3-0 win.
We've got Imad Hendricks as well, who was former teammate in the GDL with Stephen Mendes, so they'll know each other well.
But you know, the good thing that we're witnessing between the two teams, you mentioned the formation. Chiefs going with 3 at the back, a system that we saw. I even asked Coach Vela, why you play the system? He says, I'm preparing them when we go a man down to defend the 3 of them. But I said, once you can twitch that system to a 4, you'll compete, and they went and won the DDC last season.
Well, lucky you can have all the formations you like. If the playing surface doesn't even allow you to pass 2 meters, so much for a 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. Beautiful touch there from Stevie G. Lays it over to Kheswa, who then gives it Looks to get it back. Puddle of water stops him, but that can't even stop him for the long term and release of a shot. The first one in anger, courtesy of Mpo Ketang. Good play that from Chiefs. He made the surface look easy to play on, easy on the eye there.
Absolutely, and the left-hand side of Kaizer Chiefs doing worse than number 18. That young man I love. David Khatebe, you know, the way he just goes on this left-hand side with his pace. Yes, David Khatebe used to be a striker, but the way he just occupies that left-hand side and bring quality crosses in the box.
Get you similarity in the way they flow over the green grass. Player will be as well watching performance of his teammates, fighting intently as well. So of course, who are not part of starting 11 today. As well as Siyabonga Kumete, stopper. Fortunately, he won't be stopping anything, as he's watching from the stands today. One of the defenders in the title-winning defense. Must be difficult to rebuild defense like that works so well.
We've seen it, Temba, being difficult, especially for the likes of Stellis, where they had to chop and change the two central defenders and they played into the hands of the opponents yesterday.
Just to battle away against Musala. Doesn't stick to him. Cut back on the 45. Stevie G gets the first shot. What a save that is on the follow-up. Bayanga Zulu sees the ball attracted to him like coin to magnet. That was close. That was nervy.
I love when you say Stevie G. You look at him. He plays the left wing, but he cuts in to become an option in the box, and he hits that ball so well that the keeper controls, makes the save, but the follow-up from Mabasa in that middle of the park shows you that the boys are switched on. That's what I love about Mabasa. He can go down, collect it from the defenders and start creative of play, but also in attack he can join and become that option in the box. Two players again colliding, Temba. You know, nothing malicious, just an incident where the boots collided and a high foot.
That's going to happen, a precarious footing under. And that's in the ground, and the attacker takes advantage of the hesitancy of the defender. There was Joy Manana, lots of space opening up, but that was quickly closed down expertly. Had to be timed. One Pirates player down, another Pirates player down, a third Pirates player down. Falling like flies. That's gonna have very difficult match here to ref. Never mind the conditions, visually seeing properly, but also dealing with these two bulls in one crowd.
I mean, earlier on, the referee let it go when Masilela put a tackle in. And now, again, Masilela is in the thick of things. That's why the referee just called him. This is the earlier one where Masilela tripped the middle Park Mabaso, but then the referee let it go. It comes back again. You look at the perfect tackle that was done for Morasi of Kaizer Chiefs defender. I always said in conditions like this, as a defender, you have to get your tackle precisely.
Moving off slightly, Oscar Keke. He won this out. Players often want to push through the pain, particularly for these headline fixtures. Ill-advised pass there from Poketang. Should have just kept it simple. How do you approach as well? Like I said, in a game when you know it's not going to go very far, especially for sides that like to pass. Yes, Seth Green, plenty of pressure on Simo.
You know, I was having that chat with Challnege that when the surface is like this, Temba, you opt for the high balls and then you play from the second balls. As we see, the strength of the defender Bobo for Kaizer Chiefs there. I love how he uses his body just to deny Green from reaching that ball.
Chiefs picked up their third win of the season, 3-0 against London City. You were impressed with that. Will they be able now to keep Pirates at bay with first touches like that? It's making your opponent's job very easy. Kwesa sells Gumunyani down the line. But one thing you know about Chabulani Mukoni, he's a fighter. It's not the size of the dog, but the fight within the dog regime. He's one of the top dogs when it comes to a big hug in this division.
I see you dangling that carrot, Temba. I won't get into it. And you know, the good performance that he displays, Mukoni, getting a goal last week against Ovid College.
Good turn, Katang. He's looked to find that pass several times. It's Donay Jansen. Chippy puts it for Iman Hendricks. Great counter, the speed for Chiefs. Donay Jansen not happy. Says it's a 1-2, mate. No checkmate for Chiefs.
I disagree, Temba, with Donay Jansen. Yes, he came with the ball well and he crossed. That's his job. You're supposed to do that. And Hendricks, as a top striker, he is allowed to do that. And look at the first touch he does. And I see what he was trying to do. Catch that left upright of the goal. Unfortunately went out. But this is what strikers do. Once he receives it in that area, he hits it. Like yesterday where we saw Bennett Mukwena of Mamelodi Sundowns hitting a powerful one from the same range.
Chiefs have scored 14 goals thus far and counting, approaching the opening quarter of an hour. They let in 11. The likes of Imad Hendricks, if they are to replicate last season's form, they need to put up better numbers. We've got Christopher Makubo with 2 goals. Level with Peko Paco, as well as Neo Oshoko. Ooh, get down. And that's Derbyshire.
Just tells you.
Like I've seen you do that a few times to some few players in times gone by.
Intimidation. As you see now, Timber, you know, he knows that he can't get to the ball, but for that, the ball was already out. He didn't need to nudge Mhlambi. That's why I say to you, it's more of, I'm here, boy. You're not gonna, you know, just have your way with me.
True. You know what that is, Lucky? That's Papa versus Sushi. Only one winner there.
And one thing that I can tell you, Mhlambi has noted that. Watch the game.
Mental non through the legs of Jalman and the ball is allowed to continue, but not very far. It's going to be brought back for that pull against Mukwena, who's finding it difficult on this right-hand side. Shake of the head from the young fullback. We said how many strides this young man has made in Kres over the last 2 seasons. Wasn't always an automatic starter. First yellow card from Gungunyan. But now he's really added a different layer. That's the offensive part of the game. Too hard to handle. If you want my shirt, wait for after the game.
But he's got covered. No need for Mukwena with his experience to pull on him.
I think it was the mental aspect. He had been dribbled a few times. Wasn't having it. To the corner, Seth Green puts Chiefs defense under pressure momentarily. Most of the fouls have come from the team wearing black. Chiefs last season, like, he only conceded 16 in 28 games. And then scoring 63. That's what ultimately as well put them in prime position. Stellenbosch, despite coming second, scored more goals. It's like he just won, 64 for them. Pirates conceding 30, scoring 39. Now, if you look at the current state of the land in the DDC. They've scored 22 in 10 games. Last season, they could only manage 39, and they're already approaching it. Oh, that's a thunderbolt! Zulu switched on. Where did that come from? That save is actually of the highest order.
I just love how he set himself up, opens his body, receives it, look where the keeper is, and he says, let me have one. I mean, this is like a copy-paste from yesterday's shot again from Mao Bela of Mamelodi Sundowns. But the way Malefo took that ball, he knew exactly what he was doing. That's why I said to you, in conditions like this, why not? Try the keeper.
Hey, why not if you can? Kamukhelo Malefo with a thunderbolt to continue the rain theme. This has been key to Chiefs' offense. I tell you, Lucky, the rain has really picked up again. I'm really starting to fear it's taking the same pattern as the first game that was abandoned. Only 45 minutes played in that one. Not the best corner you've seen this season.
No, well, don't blame the young man. The wind is heavy. All he could have done is try to kick it to the penalty spot because it will curve to go to the last pole. And Temba, you mentioned something very, very important, that Chiefs didn't concede so many goals last season. That's why they ended up being the champs. It's that back four that Coach Vela was working on, including the likes of Aiden McCarthy after that getting promoted to the first team. So they were key in defense and disciplined.
Put it in context, 3 of the title-winning back four aren't even starting today. Dandi Nkosi, he's at Galaxy. Aiden McCarthy's moved up to the senior side. And then you've got Sebanga Kumeto, who's not playing today. He is part of the squad, but is not playing today. So it's almost as if you have to rebuild a new house on new land, but with the same old architectural plan.
Simple English blueprint.
Exactly. He's looking for the blueprint. It's given to him by Dilly Shepherd and Vela Kumalo. Perfect chance for Coach Mtsulenyana, who's been part of Chiefs for the longest time. Has been at Nature, and of course younger brother of Mtsulenyana, if you haven't connected the dots. Usually tasked with coaching under 15s to the 17s. Today he's upped his level to the reserve league. I'm sure in the not so distant future will be he who does most of the post-match and pre-match interviews as the head coach in seasons to come.
If I'm not mistaken, Coach Tsulenyana.
Roscoe really pacing up and down with a smirk on his face. And though he's thinking, I love the comment, he said, they want to go play in London, we'll give them London in Kwamshan. Let's play Temba, he says. Get the rain.
Earlier on, you know, with Coach Tsulenyana, I'm impressed. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's under 15. They won the GDL, and that's why the confidence to bring him into the DDC. So, you know, the conveyor belt also with coaches, it's impressive, Temba, especially also in the Kaizer Chiefs and the Orlando Pirates setup. But with Coach Roscoe, I was with him on Tuesday when we organized the friend who was playing against Town Stars. He says, Lucky, I'm preparing for something special you'll see on Sunday. That's how he talks.
Special order.